Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. Peel Culture in the house. Michigan Michael Hasso is in the house. And representing the middle square, the Hollywood Square, Tasha T. Sizzle, suns out, guns out. I did not get the memo. Y'all looking very fit this morning, very spry.
Well, it's hot as hell down here, so
Okay. The song
it's
says
cold
to
over
take
here,
off all
but
your clothes, but it's a morning show, so we won't do that to you. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you all had a great Thanksgiving weekend. Enjoyed some time with your family and friends. Tasha, do you cook on Thanksgiving?
there's no Thanksgiving here.
You got American DNA. You make a Thanksgiving there. Did you make some chitlin, some hog maw?
No, there's no need to celebrate Thanksgiving in a country that does not celebrate Thanksgiving.
You could have had a turkey bowl. You could have had
No, I got
a
my
turkey
ass up.
giveaway.
I went to the doctor that morning. I had a doctor's appointment at 10:30. Went to the doctor, came home and ate my normal food.
Okay, all right. Well,
he
there was
said,
some
moving
things
on
going
in a
Thanksgiving
hurry.
weekend, and unfortunately, we were the food and not the fork. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring this down for a second so they can see the whites of my eyes so I can fly through this. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the history of the Extra Point Show, myself, Michael Hasso, and Tasha T. Sizzle must come on here and talk about a loss for our beloved Michigan Wolverines in the game. It hadn't happened in the history of this show, but it happened last Saturday, 27-9. Ohio State got the victory. Now, look, I'm gonna just be 1,000% transparent now. You guys, you suck eyes. I'll let Tasha say the real word. I think we got to go about another minute before you can cuss and we won't get kicked off YouTube. But you guys outcoached us. You were more physical. You had a better game plan. You executed better. Your quarterback was burping the baby. You was true to your identity. You were throwing the ball deep. That was our Achilles heel all season, and that was your strength all season. You did what you were supposed to do. You got the victory, and I'm going to go ahead and give you your props right now. Mike, Tasha, is there anything that you all would like to add in regard to the game?
Well, I mean, what do you mean in regard? You guys kept saying it's a 10 out of 10 chance, and I told y'all it wasn't. Like, I knew. I have been telling you guys in our group chat all season, they're not opening up that offense. They need to go
Tasha,
back.
Hold that thought, because you're walking me right into my next question. I want you to be able to really cook on that. Mike, you got any thoughts on the game before we go back to Tasha, because she's leading into my next question?
Oh, okay. I'll stay off the offense then, because to me, the offense wasn't the problem. Because I agree that I saw a lot of the offense stuff, specifically Bryce not making his first or second reads and him just going to the third or fourth option. Even including that, I don't think we would have won, because our defensive line, which we've been dominant in the wins, was non-existent. And it was clear as day. Like, we could not. We threw in blitz packages in there because I was like, you know how I'm like, man, throw something in there, throw some twist. They throw a twist in there, just like you couldn't even tell we blitzed at all. I was like, bruh, we not winning this game.
Right, and it opened up the already suspect secondary to one-on-one coverage with two top 10 NFL caliber receivers. It was just the perfect mix for an ass whooping, and that's exactly what we got. Now back to Tasha, because I want to group this question in together. First question is, Tasha, give me your letter grade for year 2 of Sharon Moore and what Michigan needs to do to make sure that we're back in the CFP in 2026.
I give him a D. Again, David Portnoy has already said he wasn't giving no more money. And the way Michigan plays and looks, you're not going to get no recruits. They're not going to come if they're going to continue to perform like this. Now, you may get somebody to say, hey, if I go, I can make the difference. But that goes back to the whole, what Bo Schembechler used to say about, putting the team first and wanting to play for the team. But a lot of these kids are not going to teams, and Mike has said this in the past. They're not going to the school because of, this is my favorite school. I grew up watching this school. I want to go there. They're going wherever someone is giving them a bag.
I mean, we just saw that with our own quarterback.
Exactly, because he was going to LSU. Let's just put this out there. He was going to LSU. They're going to have to start developing him as a quarterback,
That's on my list.
That they want him to be. And coach, I don't see colors going to have to start opening up that offense. They let, wait a minute, let me find the guy's name because I actually put this in my notes. Corey Sadler Jr. got him listed as athlete, goes to Cass Tech in Michigan, in Detroit, Michigan. Take a guess at where he signed.
Where?
North Carolina. He left Michigan to go and play for that shit show in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, he had a pretty decent recruiting class, Belichick. In that, Mike, jump in here real quick, Mike. Letter grade for Jerome in year 2, and what does Michigan need to do to get back to the CFP?
I gave him a B. A B being a lot because recruiting. This is the best recruiting I've ever seen Michigan ever have, ever. And B also because if I were to say, hey, you got a whole bunch of freshmen coming in, you have even some of your 5-star being injured game 1, and you're going to lose your Heisman candidate running back, I would be like, there's no way we're getting away with only 3 losses. This is going to be like a 6-win team. The only 3, I think there's only 10 schools to have no unranked losses, and Michigan's one of them. So all 3 were good caliber teams. I say a B. There's no way. I mean, you made a good point. I'll give you credit, Paul. You said that you take away a Heisman from any of these other candidates, they're not just losing 3 games. It's going to be a lot more than that.
No, and I'm going to echo your grade, Mike. My grade for Coach Moore in year 2 was a B. For some of the same reasons that you echoed. You lose your 5-star right tackle. You lose your starting left tackle. You had 3 redshirt freshmen on the offensive line. You lose your Justice Haynes, who after a month was a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate. You lose him. Now, I do agree with Tasha with development. And I think development and identity go hand in hand. As far as making the CFP, I think that Michigan just needs to get healthy on the offensive line, just continue to recruit and develop, and to get some big stud receivers on that team. You can't open up the offense with Shamaj Morgan leading the country in drops and quarterbacks who turn into wide receivers and McCulley. Now Andrew Marshall flashes, but if you're going to open up an offense, you have to have an identity shift as far as how you identify and bring in talent. And I'm sick of the little bitty receivers. Just me personally, the little scatterbugs. Right. I don't want that. We need to have the law officers of Marsh and Marsh, because Marsh for Michigan State, he's hitting that portal and he's a stud. He's an NFL receiver. So if you want Bryce to reach his full potential, I think that you need to, again, to Tasha, bring in a quarterback coach with NFL caliber experience, pay him, and bring in some weapons so that he can do his thing. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Martrice. Good morning, Farrah. Now, Farrah says this, then we'll wrap up Michigan on this one. Do you agree with her? She said, we ain't about to pay quarterback. He's leaving. You agree with that, Tasha?
Look, if the biggest name out there that Michigan signed was Capri Garnett, and I know y'all don't know who that is, that's Kevin Garnett's daughter who signed to play volleyball.
Michigan had a great class. We signed the number 1 running back in the country.
Yes, Savion Hitter. You got him. But you had, what's his name? Chris Henry Jr., who was offered the world, and he still chose to go to the Fuckeyes. Then
you know why, Tasha? They develop receivers.
Exactly. Then you got Legend Bay. You do know who Legend Bay is?
I do. Didn't he go to UT?
He didn't want to go to UT. He wanted to go and play for the Fuckeyes. but his mom and his brother, his mom would not sign his letter of intent.
Because she got standards and morals.
But no, he wants to go where he knows he's going to win. But here, the thing is, he'll be 18 in a couple of weeks. So that, that's going to be a big story right there, because Tennessee said they're not going to hold him. And I'm pretty sure the Buckeyes are going to take him. Why can't, see, that's what y'all keep talking about. Oh, I gave him a B. I gave him a B. They're not, but these students are not believing in him, because you got people clamoring to go to said school. Why can't we be in the mix to get wide receivers like that? And I think it's because they know. We
just got the Georgia one, the Georgia receiver that committed.
Yeah,
what tall is he? Is he 5'11"?
Next question.
You see what I'm saying? All of these guys that are coming in, these guys are over 6 feet tall. We can't.
Yeah, we lost our 6'4" receiver.
But let's not lose. Go ahead. Don't finish your thought.
We cannot get the good receivers to come to our university. Now, to be honest, that has never been Michigan's brand. We've never been a school that says top wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Don't bring him up. I don't like him. I know he was like Mr. Football in Michigan, and when he went, and I know I hate Brandon.
Ran through them Buckeyes.
But Michigan's brand has always been, y'all know, back in the day, it was offensive line. It was O-line. Then it became the defense. We never have been a school that was like, oh, we're going to put this top.
But when we do have, see, that's what I don't get. So back to Paul's point. When we do have a tall receiver, they're like, everyone remembers them. Like Braylon Edwards, Manningham.
Mario Manningham is another one that comes to mind. David Terrell, who was a top 10 receiver.
But even go back to Devin Gardner, who, was the quarterback. But when Shoelace was there, they put him in at receiver.
He was a great athlete, by the way. Go ahead. Keep going.
Right, which I think had we had a good coach at that time, they could have made him into a better receiver. Now, he was a better thrower than Shoelace, but Shoelace, we know Shoelace was Shoelace.
Right. My favorite Wolverine of all time, bar none.
Shoelace was Shoelace. But I don't think Sharon Moore does a good job at developing talent. When Harbaugh was there, I know Mike gets mad because you talk about JJ. JJ was ass. JJ, and it's been proven now, JJ did what he was coached to do. Like the same issue that people are having with Jalen Hurts. You cannot fault JJ McCarthy for not being able to throw the way that people think he should throw. Because what did they do at Michigan? Ran the ball.
Okay, but to your point, let's not lose sight of the fact that this is the first win Ohio State has had against us since pre-COVID. The reason why we lost the game on Saturday was because they whipped us up front in the trenches, which is something they've never done in the last several years.
The offense was this is how I found this picture. We'll get into this later. The way that I was looking at, like, I was so angry. Like, I literally turned the game off. And I'm going to tell y'all who this man is later. He's a Detroit councilman. And when I say he be going off on people, he be cussing them out. And it's so funny. That's
whatever they accused him of, he did it.
No, he was clean. He didn't do anything guilty. Bad. That's how I was looking at that game. It was so bad, I turned the game off. Because y'all know once I get disinterested, I find something else to watch. I find something else to do. It was embarrassing the way they played against Northwestern, the way they played against, but the whole season, the fact that they had issues scoring the ball because, Coach, I don't see color, is for whatever reason. Why are you not opening up that playbook? And
who's he throwing the ball to, Tasha?
But still, it's like, and what did I say? It's too much money on that field for that offense to look as bad as it did.
Okay, because we can
I'm
literally
not
do the
giving
whole
him
show.
any credit. I'm not giving him any credit. He was a D. He is not a look. You got one more season, bro. I'm not giving him any credit. I don't like the way the offense was ran. Then the damn kicker, when he shanked that ball, the punter shanked that damn ball. Hell, they fired the damn special teams coach the other day.
Well, Legatron had a horrible season this year. He probably had 7 or 8 misses.
I'm talking about that punter, like that.
Right, but I'm saying the kicker. The kicker who was a strength in 2024 was a liability in 2025.
He was ass. He missed some kicks, and it's like, especially when at that Northwestern game, I didn't even watch the final kick. I
didn't either. Tasha. I didn't either. I went to my room.
I changed the channel, and then I pulled it up on my app to see if they won. Because I couldn't.
Look, Natasha, I'm gonna just say this, Mike. Now I know she's gonna swing back on me, Mike. So you in the middle, you standing between us, because she's gonna swing on me when I say this. Don't be on here pandering to them jackleg Ohio State fans from that other show.
Oh, you a damn lie.
We 100 toes down over here with Michigan. This slander is gonna get you zapped.
I never pandered to any the fucking state
Let
of
me
Ohio.
find out. Let me find out you pandering to that other show. Let me find out.
But my whole point is you gotta tell the truth when you in the booth.
I didn't say you're lying. I said you're pandering. Okay. The two things can be true, Tasha. You're pissing me off.
Because I've already cussed them out because they kept coming for me. They didn't come for you. They kept coming. I had so many DMs, tags.
I know they got your ass good.
Too, but I had to defend that. So I'm not pandering to a motherfucker when it comes to that.
All right. But we had to get that out. We had to get that out.
I never liked that school. Fuck anybody that went there and fuck anybody that goes there.
Mike, we had to get that out in the open because I was feeling some type of way. The criticism was too harsh and too swift. And I ain't with that.
But the point is, Michigan looks bad.
They did, Tasha. We hurting right now. I'm bleeding. We look
bad. You got to give credit where credit is due.
I just gave them credit, but what you're going to do is you're going to respect your own more.
We look like ass.
Now look at us fighting on here in front of these. Look at Martrice sitting here laughing, rubbing her feet together, drinking her frappuccino.
Yeah, she's pulling Kermit right now. She just sipping her tea.
This is called a crash out. This is the part of the 7 stages of grief. I had to get on here and get this out because Tasha hurt my feelings talking about a damn D for a coach that had to rebuild a whole system.
He ain't the first coach that had to rebuild, but he has to look. We may not.
I ain't say you're lying.
We may not have the top tier talent, but we have enough talent to be struggling against no fucking Northwesterns and Purdue's.
But hold on, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that one because you were saying that about Harbaugh the year we won the damn title.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. So moving on and Martrice, log out until we get back on the same accord because I don't want you seeing us having no family fight. And Farrah, whatever you sniggling about, hush it. I don't even need GPS to find your house no more. I'll throw an egg and hit Brandy's garage. I'll do it. Don't y'all start with me. Because that D was disrespectful, Tasha. I'm not having the D.
D was on par. The D was apropos for that season. Okay. And now here we go, the Minor Key Car Quest Bowl or some shit like that.
We're gonna be in the Cheez-It Bowl, Tasha. We're gonna be in the Cheez-It Bowl.
And I won't watch it.
Bro, hold on. Martrice, zip it. She's looking at her with her tea and her coffee out, enjoying this morning.
Yep.
You know, crash out.
She's like,
bro, and whoever hit laugh on the stream, I'm blocking you right after the show. Whoever put that laugh thing up there, I'm blocking you. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna block you because this shit ain't funny. Now, got me sweating. My whole back is wet like Patrick.
We got basketball.
Right. What about we number one in the Kimpong? Where's the basketball season?
In hockey, you know what I'm saying?
Mike, you're gonna have to make some appearances during basketball season because we might be the second coming of the Fab Five. I digress. Now,
speaking of that, Michigan currently has teams ranked in the top 15: football, women's basketball, hockey, and men's. But I say football, men's basketball, women's basketball, and hockey. The only team since Michigan in 2021 to do that.
All right, now we back cool. There it is. We back cool. Now you gonna hug me back?
No, because y'all don't.
Oh yeah, you gonna hug me back?
Y'all don't believe the proof is in the pudding. They put the tapioca in the pudding, and y'all saying.
But in our defense, you said this 3 years in a row, and we came out victorious. Don't do it. You had us thinking that Florida State was better than us, and we won the whole damn thing. All right.
That 1 year they were, but you know the committee saw else. You know.
We're gonna get into that damn committee. Thank you for getting us out of that, Tasha, because I still want to talk about Michigan. I got to zip it. All right, Lane Kiffin. We didn't get to talk about this last week because I was loving on my mama. It was so good to see her. 7 years, $91 million, become LSU head coach. $13 million annually, y'all, places him just under Kirby Smart and just above Ryan Day. The last time I checked, both of those coaches have hardware. Lane Kiffin doesn't. Mike, you up first. Is Lane worth the hype? Is this worth the hype? Well, there's been a lot of stuff going on with this.
I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I mean, you look at the years, the 4 years before Ole Miss got him, and they didn't have a winning season, and then they hire him, and then he has 4 winning seasons, and in the playoff, like I would say, yeah, he's worth it.
Tasha?
Fuck no.
Ooh, next question.
I was just gonna let that simmer,
Lane is good at calling plays. Okay. When he was at Alabama, Amari Cooper, and somebody else has said this too. Whatever that star is on that team, Lane gonna call all them plays for that player. But it's overall, I think Lane gets a lot. He no ass coach. Lane gets a lot of credit off of what he did at Alabama.
Is he upper thigh? Is he like he's not too far from the ass?
I'm not gonna lie and say the guy's not a. I mean, he is a good coach, but I think
$91 million, second highest paid in the country, coach.
But I think his forte is play calling instead of overall coaching ability. What was his record at UT once he left in the middle of the night?
I got it. It's 7-6. You want to go through the whole gamut? I got him for you.
What was his record at SC when they fired him on the sideline?
27-13. You want to go FAU?
FAU's the only place he did a decent job.
FAU, he was 24-15 and 55-19 at Ole Miss, 7-9 against ranked teams.
Yeah, hey, but y'all, this is economic.
What did he do at the Raiders?
Supply and demand. Come on.
What did he do at the Raiders?
Right, but see, here's the thing, Mike. That's a great question. Al Davis tried to whoop his ass on the way out.
And that's my point. Al Davis wrote a whole letter.
He did.
To Tennessee.
He told Aaliyah. He went Aaliyah.
Said, don't take this motherfucker. and
he was right.
A PowerPoint of all the lies. Lane Kiffin is a liar.
I think he is too. But like that, I think Jim Harbaugh is too. But I would take him back as my coach. I mean, if the NCAA would have ever let him back, but hell, I may be gone to glory by the time his show
if
calls
they ever let him back, they're gonna put whatever sanctions Michigan is under. They're gonna give them to him.
just stay away, bro.
It'll take the dismantle of the NCAA, which could happen.
Well, yeah, that could happen, but okay. So, Mike, you say it's supply and demand because that's just the market, kind of like quarterbacks to get paid. It continues to escalate. Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah, I'm saying like look at all the head coaches right now that have a track record. Which coaches are better than him right now that LSU would want to get?
I think that it was a perfect storm of embarrassment and I mean he's an opportunity. He's there for a good time, not a long time. Yeah. And I'm like $13 million a year, 7 years. If Kalen DeBoer, if he winds up going to the NFL, or if something happens and the bottom falls out at Alabama and they go maybe 3-4 years without a college football playoff, he's gonna go there.
Yep.
And then it's like you saw what Joe Burrow. You saw Joe Burrow.
Yes.
They asked, but then you got Booger McFarland over here tap dancing for LSU, talking about, oh yeah, bring him in, yeah, come on, let me get the red carpet for you. Not saying someone else has said he left a program. Wait a minute, y'all keep talking. Let me find it because I think I pinned this one too.
Okay, so Mike, let me ask you this. So LSU has already baked into his contract that he'll hit certain financial benchmarks according to what Mississippi does.
Yeah,
like playoff win or whatnot. Should he get a ring if they win a championship?
Yeah, I think it's only. Oh, I'm not going to use that word because y'all can use it against me.
Yeah, go ahead and use it.
I think it's the same as like MLB with players. And I know, like, oh no, they were forced traded there. But like MLB, you can get a ring regardless, playing on two different teams, and they both get into the championship. So yeah, I would give them a ring.
I found it. It said, this is Paul Pabst, and he said, coaches will leave football programs in the middle of a title run to join a program in order to have a better chance of making a title run whilst currently being further away.
Can you read that one more time?
Coaches will leave football programs in the middle of a title run to join a program in order to have a better chance of making a title run whilst currently being further away.
That's where that crystallizes kind of where I was thinking, like, well, damn, Lane, if you get to the national championship game in Ole Miss, you could have got more than Kirby on your re-up. Like LSU, Brian Kelly was Lane Kiffin at Notre Dame. The hot shot, up and coming, the big name. He gets to LSU. They didn't give a damn about none of that. None of this, none of the banging the table, none of the 360 camera. They got his ass up out of there. And then try not to pay him his money. Like,
I mean, but
so Lane,
Brian Kelly is kind of the blueprint because where did he was at? What's the name? Where did he coach before Notre Dame? He dropped them like a hot bag of shit. when he went to Notre Dame.
Now,
but this is my thing too. Everybody's screaming poor. Everybody's screaming they ain't got no money. Louisiana is like the second or third poorest state in the union. But y'all got $91 million to pay this man, and they still paying 3 coaches. Y'all remember they still got to pay Coach Ogeron, and they still got to pay Kelly. And now y'all got this $91 million, 13 for 7 years to pony up for them, but half the motherfuckers in y'all state can't read.
LSU
so
about
they
to go
probably couldn't read
bankrupt.
the contract. Go ahead, Mike.
I said LSU about to go bankrupt.
LSU is about to go bankrupt, like in Colorado. They done invested all that money into Deion, and they in a deficit.
And what did Deion say? But I mean, I kind of fought Deion for this too.
Kinda.
He said the people are coming to Colorado because of the name they can get, because you got eyes on you. They coming for the money and they coming for the fame. They not coming to play football. But Prime, that's your fault.
Prime, that's your fault, because I remember you walked into a locker room, like a hall, whatever you call it, like a theater hall full of students, and you told them to hit the portal. You told them, get your ass out here. You told them, I ain't hard to find. You had Rick Ross, Glorilla, you had Wesley Snipes, Eddie Murphy, you had Biggie and Pac come down off a cloud, standing on the sideline with you. You was using it to your advantage when it was working. So, like, now that it's dried up and the people don't want to come check on your 8 toes, I didn't mean it like that. But I'm just saying he's had a rough year, and where's the support? I digress. It's going to be interesting to see who zooms who first. Remember who zooming who?
Who zooming who?
Who zooms first, Mike? LSU or Kiffin? Because both of them got quick hair triggers.
Man, I don't know. I think what would you said about Bama? I think Kiffin.
Yeah, I think Kiffin. Tasha, how many years does LSU give him? They done burned through 3-4 coaches since their title.
But you notice all those coaches that got there won championships except for Kelly. So Lane,
it's a different world though. It's all about the transfer now.
Tasha, you saying that just got me like, no, Lane, that was the right move then.
No, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all what my nephew. Shouts out to my nephew Markel Lee. He played in the NFL. He's now with the Calgary Stampeders. They went to the playoffs and everything in the CFL. Because he's here this week. He's actually getting on the plane in about 2 hours. And I had a discussion. I said, nephew, if you were Lane, what would you do? And Markel's answer was, I would have stayed at Ole Miss. He said, because look at what Kirby Smart did at Georgia. He said when the rumbling started happening about Kirby Smart wanting to go other places, Georgia came up with that money and paid him, and he stayed. And Lane wanted to leave, like Jarrell said. He is like the Kirk Cousins of Kirk and a Cousins of football. He wanted to leave because you even had your quarterback, who me and Sasha called Trinidad James. You had your quarterback who is a very good quarterback, who is exciting to watch. You could easily recruit down there.
Yeah.
They could have paid you. They probably wouldn't have gave you $91 million, but Lane, they would have gave you some money, and you could have stayed and you could have built a dynasty right there in Oxford.
Right. And leaving is kind of what his brand is.
Yeah.
That's his brand.
He's the king of found them, F them, and flee.
Right. Bro. Now that was another one, like Don't matter, just don't bite it. That had no business ever touching the light of day musically. Okay. All right. Good conversation on Lane. We never got a chance to talk about him. Good morning, Melanie. They have a DJ in the locker room, right? Like Dion, you was living like must be the money. That must be the money. Now you're 27 million in the hole. They're gonna want you to fund that. They like, hey, what's your deal got on it? Since we got his name in the rafters for winning 7
like
games.
That kid that mean that's like, so
right.
carry the two.
Calculator. Calculator. Yeah, Prom. It's dark and hell is hot, is what DMX said. All right. Well, it's not hot in Happy Valley no more, y'all. They got a coach finally. They just hired Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell to an 8-year deal a couple of days ago. Now, Campbell had 8 winning seasons in 10 years at Iowa State. Looked like that he did a pretty decent job there. I'm not mad at the hire on the surface, but Mike, Tasha, the year 8 really stood out to me. An 8-year deal at Penn State, and he's going to be tasked with getting the program further than James Franklin did when James Franklin was under the avalanche that is Ohio State, Michigan, who were at their peak of their powers the last 10 years, literally. If you go back to pre-Ryan Day and the what's the cheater name from this on Fox now, Mike? Urban Liar.
Oh, Urban Liar.
Yeah. Urban had it rolling, and then Ryan Day came in and had it rolling, and Harbaugh got his bearings about him, and he couldn't beat anybody at Ohio State. Then he started beating Ohio State and Alabama and the rest of them cats. You was buried. Oh, and then, by the way, here come Oregon, who already was a national brand on the West Coast. They come into your conference. That knocked you down a run. Oh, and now Kurt Cinetti, he's got Indiana looking like the second coming of Michigan 2023. Like, what is the expectation, Mike, for a turnaround in Penn State? How many years do you get? 8?
Yeah, I guess 8. I mean, that's the secret number. I mean, geez.
Tasha, you giving this man 8 years?
Look. Next question.
I don't think so.
Because they're gonna be looking for money for a buyout after year 4.
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's going back to Sharon, and I promise I'm gonna get off this. I'll give you a volley back, and then I'm gonna get off Michigan. That's what I just wanted to see with Sharon. Give him an entire recruiting class, starting with last year's class. Last year, this year, the next year, and like for them, because Harbaugh, to his credit, that was a once-in-a-lifetime class where JJ and all of them came in as freshmen. They all grew together. They were the oldest team in college when they won that title.
I always say 4 years is the magic number because that's like a full class.
Yes.
4 years.
Yes.
If I don't see any type of movement in the right direction, then you go.
Now, Sharon, I said this. I think it was just me and Tasha on when we warned you. We said don't lose to Michigan State. Like now that the honeymoon is over once you lose to Ohio State. Like everything was forgotten after 6 and 5 and we beat Ohio State. We was like, oh, okay, well, we beat Ohio. That honeymoon is over, bro. So
and then it's like all them fuck out fans want to come for us. Oh, just because they beat us, but they still ain't. You know what? Just like y'all know. Now Coach Saban was on TV and they asked him something about would he rather beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl or win the national championship. It's Auburn. It ain't the game. It's the Iron Bowl, for God's sake. Of course you'd rather win a championship. Anybody would rather win a championship. But when you're a team and you don't have any chance in hell of going to the playoffs, of course that's our Super Bowl. And of course we're going to revel in that. And let me tell you something. And that Buckeye mascot, let me find out who you are. Because you were so disrespectful, put that X over the M in that end zone.
They were.
Be a senior.
They were. But Mike, I was proud of our boys for protecting the block M at midfield.
But you know what? They was worrying too much about if we lose, we gonna protect. Y'all should have been worried about how we gonna win.
No. I think they were confident going into the game, but once you get punched in the mouth, like Mike Tyson said, everybody got to play until you punch.
That was a discussion pre-game.
But I respect that because we don't have nobody sitting there talking to Jerome. They planted the flag again, bro. We don't have that viral clip.
I don't. You planning for failure. Well, if we lose, we're gonna protect our M. Shouldn't even been a thought.
I agree. Okay, now y'all, it's championship Saturday. I'm excited about these games. And before we get to our picks, Ohio State, I gave you your flowers. Now I'm that old man in New Jack City. Yes, he's down. I hope he rots in hell. I hope y'all rot in hell tonight. I hope y'all
That
lose
was
by
not
50.
New Jack City. That was Samuel L. Jackson. That was Carly Haley in A Time to Kill.
Oh, it was a time to kill. I killed him. I hope he rots in hell. Burn in hell. That's what I think about y'all tonight. Okay, you got your little gold britches. Don't know men wear gold pants. No way. Fuck y'all off. You got your gold britches. You'll never get that Big Ten title. Not if I got anything to do with it. Paul, what you gonna do about it? All right. Y'all, speaking of gold, you two. Yes, you, Mike, eye contact. Yeah, I know you was there. Tasha, I know good and damn well you was there. You two. Y'all have been the vocal minority when it comes to hating on Notre Dame. Y'all don't like the independent contract. Y'all don't like the preferential treatment they get from the CFP. And today might be y'all lucky day. Because something happened on Tuesday, and I immediately thought of my brethren and sister in sports podcasting, Mike and Tasha. Because Alabama leapfrogged, Notre Dame, knocked them to that 10th spot, a 10th spot that's looking kind of shaky today, Mike. Here's my question. Do you think the committee would really, like for real, will really leave out their favorite child out of the CFP with 2 losses?
Yeah, if they lose today, they're not. It's no way.
They done. Notre Dame done. They don't have no championship game.
No,
they don't have
I'm
no
talking
conference.
about. I'm talking about Bama, and I have a personal beef with Bama, but I digress with that because I just read something and it pissed me off. So it's fuck Bama. If they lose today, they're not in, and then they gonna start acting like George Pickens and pouting the other day.
You've been waiting on Pickens to crash out, and he did.
I told
he was
you.
terrible on Thursday. No, don't start. I told you, and you start him on your fantasy team, Mike.
I think it puts the committee against what the committee also said and holding them against the word. We're really going to see like, oh, okay, you were just BSing because they said that they weren't going to penalize teams that were going to play a championship or an extra game.
That's what I was looking for, Mike.
But they're still doing it.
If they do lose, they technically shouldn't drop out. Now, I think Notre Dame will, because there's so many scenarios. I think there's like 3 scenarios that will happen or could happen that Notre Dame will fall out. And you're also thinking like, this isn't even the final, ranking. And it's been shown that the media can influence by putting Texas down lower after they were ahead and things like that, or USC above Michigan. And then they were below Michigan. And then they were like a week went by and then USC jumped. So I think Miami will end up higher than Notre Dame.
Yeah, there's a scenario where BYU, who's currently one behind. Do you have the rankings? Oh no, this is good stuff right here because these are this is the scenarios that can play out. We have 3 teams here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. Alabama's, well, the number's sitting right there, Mike. Good job by you. We got Alabama at 9, Notre Dame at 10, Miami at 12. Notre Dame and Miami are done with their season because they're not in the conference championship. Alabama, to Mike's point, is supposed to not be penalized if they lose to Georgia today. So they look like that they won't move much. But BYU, who sits at 11, does have a game today. And the question is, Mike, do they get rewarded for beating Texas Tech in the rematch and jump Notre Dame? Would you put them above Notre Dame if they win the Big 12 today?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Would you drop Texas Tech from 4 to behind Notre Dame?
I would drop them to just under, I would probably do 8 or 9. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, where's the scenario to where this turns out well for Notre Dame? Tasha, do you see a way?
I'm sorry because I was, because I didn't. I'm sorry, guys, for what.
Don't, Tasha. Just keep going.
I want them to know why my head is down because I'm reading the script. He sent it, but I didn't receive it, so I'm trying to read this. I'm trying to read the script so I know what's going on. Miami's own conference is screwing them. I don't know what's going on with the ACC.
What is going on with the ACC?
Yeah, they're the only ones to do it weird like that.
I'm gonna bring you up, and then we're gonna bring this right back. I'm
steeped into the ACC because y'all know at times I do. I will root for
Tasha, they are trash
because that's my team. But look, they just fired Patrick Surtain II, which is their top recruiter down there at Florida State, and y'all kept Mike Norvell. And I said, look, if y'all ain't got no money, just say y'all ain't got no money, because it ain't no way in hell Norvell should still be coaching. Let's start there. But the way the ACC's championship is set up is Duke and Virginia.
Right.
Duke is 7-5. So the ACC is going to screw themselves simply
They're
because
not gonna have nobody in the tournament.
Right. It should be Virginia and Miami playing in that ACC tournament. That way, you could possibly get one team in. I think Virginia's a little too low ranked, but if Miami pulled out and won, you could get a team in. Now you think if Duke upsets Virginia, you're not going to have a representative.
You're not going to have a representative, Natasha. We're old enough to remember this happening with some teams like this before. Remember, was it 2000 or 2000? No, it wasn't 2001 because they won the championship. It had to have been 2000 when Miami beat Florida State head up, but didn't. But Florida State was the second team in the BCS to play Oklahoma instead of Miami. Could this happen again to Miami?
I mean, it
possibly don't got no love for y'all, Miami,
because of the way that the ACC sets up their championship game, which is odd. It's like y'all was ready to burn down the NCAA when Florida State didn't get in because of that horrific injury by Jordan Travis. Y'all penalized them for not having their quarterback.
But they saved them, though, because we would have boat raced that ass. But keep going. That Rose Bowl wouldn't have been fun for them.
But the thing is, you had a quarterback coming in, and they didn't look as good with that quarterback because
DJ Uiagalelei, he was.
No,
he was
not
awesome.
him. He came the next year, and we see where he is somewhere shaking a can for coins. No, they had the guy he's from Tennessee. I can't think of his name, and they had another transfer quarterback who tried to come in and to relieve Jordan Travis. But it was so late in the year, and I think by that time they were already defeated, because of what happened to their guy.
Yeah.
And then when they played Georgia, they say, oh, Georgia beat them 63 to whatever. But how many people got drafted from that Georgia team, and how many got drafted from that Florida State team?
Right.
But that's hindsight 2020. But the ACC is doing a disservice to their own conference.
That's probably why the teams want to leave.
Right. And they want to leave because of what Farrah said. They suck. Nobody watching the ACC network.
Because and I remember that very first game when Florida State played LSU, and I tweeted, "Oh, so y'all just gonna show y'all's we pay us, so we leaving the ACC game on national TV or something like that." And I wasn't expecting a response, but I got a lot of retweets and likes on that particular tweet because that's at the time when FSU was the big deal. But y'all walked Willie Taggart up out of there. He was getting death threats. They was throwing nooses at him. But y'all keeping Mike Norvell. Y'all ain't got no money because y'all too busy trying to rebuild the facility. Nobody cares about facilities. It's about what you can put in hand now.
Tasha, the only other school that did well, it's another school that did an about face from that was Northwestern. To your point, y'all are cooking today, by the way. Glad to have y'all back on. Northwestern kind of moved away from their renovation projects like Fitzgerald before he left said, we need money for these players.
Right.
Yep.
Damn that stadium. If
they
you
tore
build
down
a team, they'll come.
at LSU at FSU to make, I think they're going to make parking because they anticipated all these people coming in for these new stadium renovations. Y'all could have left Doak Campbell the way it was.
Yeah. Because if you winning, like you ain't got to do nothing to the big house. If we undefeated, I'm going. Like you don't have to add no luxury suites for me.
That's why the stadium has minor renovations.
Thank
right.
you,
They're not adding. Plus, ain't no more room between them and UT. Well, luckily the big house is already below the sea level, below the ground. Because if they add one more seat in Neyland Stadium, I'm definitely for sure that thing gonna fall in.
It's going right. Well, Diego Pavia might make sure that don't happen. And speaking of which, let's transition because Mike has the current playoff as it. Y'all, this looks like some juicy ass matchups. I'm looking around here. A lot of rematches though. Alabama, Oklahoma rematch. Notre Dame, Texas A&M rematch. You got your top 4 seats right now. Again, Texas Tech could be the one to shut out all of this nonsense by not letting BYU into the mix. But there's a team here missing that I want to talk about, and that's the Vanderbilt Commodores. A historic 10-win season, first time in the program's history. They are 10-2 and out of the mix. They didn't move a muscle last week after going into Rocky Top, to Tasha's point, and putting a hammer on their ass. I think they almost dropped 50 on Tennessee, or ranked Tennessee. So let me give you all these stats real quick, and then I'm going to ask you the question. Their key wins, then number 11 South Carolina, then number 10 LSU, then number 15 Missouri, and number 19 Tennessee at the time. Their losses were on the road at number 10 Bama and number 20 Texas. Did they get snubbed, Mike?
Yeah, I would probably put them. I mean, because they only have 2 losses, I'd put them up above Texas. I hate where they have Texas right now at 13. Like they
That's
are on
crazy,
the
Mike.
The
what the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't like that at all. But I would switch them out. I would have Vanderbilt closer to the bubble.
What about you, Tasha?
I don't think they got snubbed simply because the teams, like you said, at that time where they were ranked, look at their records now. So that's not making Vanderbilt look good. And also, go ahead.
No. You finish your thought.
No, it was off topic. Also, what's not making them look good is his 2 brothers. Now, y'all gonna mess around and get deported, whether you born here or not. Y'all know this administration don't play. Stop acting look.
The Pavias are being a little extra right now.
Cam Newton said this because the now Cleveland Browns backup quarterback's girlfriend is all on TikTok, was wearing skin tight pants and my outfit of the day. And she made that comment, the Browns lost again, something. Cam Newton had a point. He said, it's not about you. They are making all of his success about them. Mama, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good get down. I love a good turn up. She got her leg all propped up on the rails, twerking. You
smashing the homies.
You feeding into a social media guy where he escorted you on the field for senior day. Your brothers have been arrested 2 times. Both of them got arrested at a game at Vanderbilt, and the other one got arrested over there in Knoxville. Y'all need to stop being the distraction for what can be his greatness, because a lot of times people don't want to deal with that, and that has been proven. People don't want to deal with those antics anymore because it's too many out there that can replace you. Yeah. But with that being said, Vanderbilt has had a phenomenal season, but I think the teams that they beat, by their records not being the same as they once were, I think that's what's hurting them. Texas, I don't know. I guess that man in paper is long, because I'm sorry, Jarrell, ain't no way in hell Texas should still be. They have looked better.
They have looked better.
First game that should lacking, but I don't see it. I don't get why they're ranked as high as they are.
Mike, let me bring this up here real quick, and then I'm going to get to the comments, but because I want to specifically ask you this with these rankings up here. Tasha made the point that where they were ranked at the time of Vanderbilt played them is not where they're ranked now. What should hold more weight, in your opinion, if you were downtown Dallas in the committee room right now? What the opponent was ranked at the time of the game, or were they ranked at the end of the season?
I'm gonna go with current. I'll go with current, just because that's kind of where the team is now, type of thing. I still don't like how they're rewarded. Texas is funny. Texas, I mean, if you dive into Texas, it's kind of funny because they complain about, with the conference, okay, well, we're not going to play a strong non-conference schedule then, but they're being obviously rewarded for it. So,
well, Mike, you're not making no friends on YouTube because he says hook them. Now,
I mean, it's true though. They complain about it. They complain about it. You take away Ohio State, like even losing to them, and there's no way that they're at 13.
Texas. And so I want to make sure I'm perfectly clear when I say this, and to the gentleman that just jumped on with YouTube, y'all are not being penalized for the Ohio State loss, because I know the narrative that Coach Sark is saying is that we need to reevaluate how we schedule in the non-conference because we're in the SEC. You're on the outside looking in because you lost to Florida. You're not going to lose any points for losing Ohio State. It was the Florida loss.
You struggled against Mississippi State.
And Mississippi State, if not for a failed punt return coverage, you would have been done then.
You would have been done then. You wouldn't even be in the conversation. And
but
Sark,
his
white outfit would be.
I got to get one of those white tracksuits, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's clean.
With the all-white drawers and have a little something there I
got to give it to Sark. He looking clean Sark on that skyline and that white.
Sark be clean. Now, let's throw our shout-outs in here. Good morning, Christina. Georgia, you throwing something on the grill today for the SEC championship game? I know Georgia is going to be crunk. Good morning. The grandmother of a state champion, Sheila Hastings, in the house. We will get to that in our shout outs. I'm mad. I love Vandy. They clearly didn't write a check. No, Fair. Have you seen those commitments flip?
Yeah.
Huh?
I was like, now they are.
Huh? Vanderbilt ain't never got to worry about no money. It ain't tricking if you got it. We got to get your boy back on the show from Vandy.
Because Jamie?
We got to get Jamie back on the show because I'm dying to hear his thoughts on Vandy's season this year.
I'll send him a message, get him back on, see if he got time.
SEC has their quota in, not enough room. Shouts out to Torrance checking in. Now, Torrance, you were one of the I don't want to say one of the losses, but y'all didn't hold up y'all end of the bargain for Vanderbilt, okay, Torrance? Make sure y'all check out their show right after. Texas ranking is a setup to get them in. It is. I'm still not totally sold that they're not gonna find a way in. I'm just not. He says you can tell when you never had anything. Them Pavias. Mike, what are your thoughts on the Pavias? You over it?
I agree with everything Tasha said. I mean, it's all the extra antics off field. Yeah. I think he's a great player on the field. Nothing against him.
And the thing is, Mike, it's not even him. It's his family.
It's his posse.
He's got that moxie now.
Mike, it's almost like me and you when we go to the fair and Paul trying to make sure we don't get the fighting with somebody.
Right, because y'all always ready to get the fighting with somebody, and Mike always
like,
trying
come on, man, we're on Google, man. People can Google us. Like,
no,
people gonna Google lens us.
Your beer hand and bump you. Like, that's gonna start a fight. Like, just chill. Good morning, AP Coulter. It was so good to see you, Mama. She made her fried corn for a player before I left because she knew my Wolverines was getting dragged up the street like an old alley cat up the alley. So
thank you. That big hill.
Right, they got drug up the hill. I will see you in a couple of weeks, Mama. They played Sam Houston, man. Right, but again, I want Texas in the Cheez-It Bowl because Bryce versus Arch is gonna feed families. Like that's a New Year's Day game that you can really sink your teeth into. Heisman, Mike. The regular season is over. We got 3 betting favorites. I'm going to give y'all the betting favorites. We got Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, Ohio State quarterback Julian Sand, and the quarterback we just talked about, Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia, are the 3 betting favorites. The 4th that's a betting favorite to make it to New York is Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame. Mike, who gets your Heisman vote?
I'm going to vote for, just because it's more of a Cinderella, I'm going to go for Mendoza.
Fernando. Okay, he had 2,700 yards passing, 38 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 72% completion percentage. Hey, that Penn State drive was epic. Tasha, you going with Mendoza as well, or you going with Julian Sand or Diego Pavia? Was a cat licking her down there or something? Okay.
All right, so we.
Oh, I do.
Mike?
I think
where they said, well, how did he die? She says, on top of me. We're gonna let you get back in, Tasha. Now, Jody, go back and watch the beginning of the show. Good morning to you, my good sir. The Ohio State, Reed wet the bed against Texas. So no Reed, Farrah. I was saying Texas A&M. Mike, y'all, look, I'm gonna give Mike some flowers. Mike told me for 3 days, Mike, he was like, Paul, don't bet
until kickoff. I was like, man, you better change that.
Like an hour before kickoff, he said, you still have time to change your pick. I told him 10 toes down. 3 hours later, I would stop responding to his text messages. So no, Reed, you out of there.
Hey, I didn't bring you back up though.
Now, Jody, I think it's at the top of the show. Yeah, it's you. All is you. It's you, Evelyn. Jody,
Jody, don't come in here. We don't forgave you, bro. You and your little friend, your little barber friend, trolling, especially your little barber friend.
Willie and Lester down there in the corner. Jody, look, man to man, I used to come on your show and talk about 13-10 and go blue. Today is your day. Congratulations, Ohio State. Y'all gonna get beat by 50 tonight because it's payback time. But I want to you got your gold britches. Enjoy your, don't, Jody, enjoy this. We give you your props. Y'all were the more physical team. You whipped us from pillar to post. You snatched off our wig and threw it out the window as we rolled down the street in a convertible. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Good job.
Next. That's too much
Shamika
positive
Nicole
stuff
in the house.
there.
Good
Go on.
morning. I'm going with Diego because Diego got something these other two quarterbacks don't got. He got damn near 1,000 yards rushing and 9
I got 1 minute. Come on.
No,
Don't be no minute, man.
Man,
Look, we've been out for 2 weeks. You already knew we had a lot of stuff.
I mean, yeah, if you got to go, we love you, Mike. See you, because I
Right,
still
we got to get through this.
But
Tasha, who's your
what I
Heisman?
was saying is, I know they're going to give it to Mendoza, but I can see him going along just like the other, people who win Heisman's. They usually don't pan out to be anything because, what are his NFL prospects? What are his NFL prospects? Is anyone even talking about him when it comes to that?
I hope so, because the Titans are going to need to trade that number 1 pick because we asked.
But it's. I mean, I would love to see somebody with a little more pizzazz win it.
We don't have that this year.
And the fact that we have literally overlooked Love the whole season. We saw what he did in the playoffs and what he did last season, and he was a monster. And he's been pretty much putting up the same numbers this year. But I think because Notre Dame is not getting as much publicity as they have in the past.
And let's just be real. If Ashton Jeanty couldn't win it with the season he had last year, it's going to be tough for a running back to win it.
Yeah. Like I say, it's the best quarterback award. That's what it is.
I agree. All right. Now it's time for our pick 10, ladies and gentlemen. Where are we in the standings? Where are we? Okay.
There we go.
All right. 55%.
Dang, man, this is the worst season.
Got a game up because she picked Victoire.
I got too relaxed this year. I'm going to be on my grind next season.
Relax your mind. Let your conscience be free and get down to the sounds of your PMD. All right. Up first. Let's go with the conference, the Big Ten. We got Piss Ohio versus Indiana. Mike, you up first.
I got Ohio.
Indiana. Tasha.
Now, what did I just say? I gave my whole soliloquy. Okay.
Got you. Mike, you need to just take a whole bar of soap and eat it for saying some damn Ohio. Don't do that. Don't do that. We got Ohio State fans here trolling us.
I would never pick them for any reason. I'm good with the Lord. If somebody got a gun to my head, hey, I'm not picking them.
Look, if somebody got a gun to my head, I'm like, Mike, go in there and get my PlayStation. Tasha, go get my laptop up under my bed and throw it in the dipsty dumpster. You got to chill. Shamika know what time it is. EPMD. All right, next up. The SEC championship. We got Georgia versus Bama. I'm going to start first because I always win this pick. It's Bama. Roll Tide.
Georgia.
Yeah, I got Georgia as well.
Y'all, I get y'all on this game every single time. We're going to do it again.
Sure do.
All right. Big 12 championship. BYU versus Texas Tech.
Ugh, I have no idea because I didn't watch either one of those teams this year.
Have you watched any games? You only got 19 wins.
Mike told me last night that North Texas was a real football school. I had no idea they played football there.
Don't bring up North Texas. You're trying to troll. Don't do that. They lost their third running back. Okay.
Did they win?
No. Tasha, who you got? The blue team or the red team? You Paru or Furu?
Blue.
Okay, so you Paru. All right. Next up we have.
Wait, who'd you get? Wait, Paul, who did you have?
I'm gonna go with the cookie crumble. I'm going with crumble. BYU gets it in the
yeah, you got that long paper, baby. Because they gonna keep their coach.
No. Let me switch that. I'm going back to Texas Tech. You're right. I got
Bruh, you switched it after I picked.
Off of their coach half
really, Mike? Hold on.
Religion to stay.
Hold on, Tasha. Really, Mike? You want to talk about changing something after a pick was made, Mike? Is that what you want to do? Because I got messages I can do. Pull a Tasha and read something out the chat. Don't bring her up here to disarm me.
He heard that in 20 years. Dipsty dumpster.
Dipsty dumpster. He heard that in 20 years.
Dipsty dumpster.
Hey, shouts out. Thanks for joining. Make sure you like and subscribe because there's plenty of shenanigans that go on here. All right. Next up, we got Tennessee versus Cleveland. Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders. Cam Ward, I'm going to just start it off right here. Don't lose to Shedeur because you already the worst quarterback in the NFL, and we bought on the outs with you. So you lose to Shador, and Shador have more wins than you in like a month. That won't look good, bro. So tighten up. I'm going with the Titans. Tasha?
I'm going with Cleveland.
I got Titans.
Hey, beautiful. All right. Next up, we have
Jerry. I got this the cross of David on my neck because they call me Jew. Can keep his stuff together on the sideline.
So right now, TT says TT. I want Texas Tech too, Mike. I want that to go on record. That's my pick. They beat BYU already this year. I know, but BYU just got read up with the cookie crumble money. They're gonna be all right.
Yeah, that cookie money long when them cookies ain't even all that good.
Shamika said, "Where are your manners? Y'all hear that baby saying hi? Y'all speak back to the baby." Okay, Martrice is saying hi. Okay, there we go. Look how long her hair is getting. She's so beautiful. So she got that from the mama. I see, Tasha. Get that from daddy.
Ooh.
Just saying. Won't God work it out?
Mike, you gonna let him say that?
In the Michigan Mike Bowl, we got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers. Mike, who you got?
I got Philly.
What? You picked against old Harbauer?
You had to.
Okay.
Their quarterback ain't got no hand. I'm going with Philly. Their quarterback ain't got no hand.
Have you seen that running back playing quarterback in that green team? Did you see how they? My mama asked about her.
But they still winning.
We'll see. Well, they ain't won since Dallas put them hands on them. We'll see.
And Dallas ain't. And let me be quiet, because I'll be called a hater.
We're gonna talk about Jerry next week.
Did everyone have Philly?
No, I told you I got the Chargers. I don't trust that team. All right, Chicago versus the Packers of Green Bay, Tasha.
Packers.
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
I got Green Bay.
I'm about to fall behind 1,000 games this week. Mike gonna put 30 games on here. Indy versus Jacksonville. I'm going with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Boom.
Yeah, I got the Colts too. Good job.
Hush, T. Houston and Kansas City. Kansas City, you got one more time, bro. You notice Justin been awfully quiet this year, but we're gonna digress. You got one more time, Kansas City. This is my last time picking you because I don't feel good about this one. You got Tech. You going with the Texans, Tasha?
They rolling. They got it together.
They are rolling. And they got.
I got the Chiefs because you said it was their last chance.
This is their last ditch. Now in the Tasha Bowl, in the ABOB Bowl, I can't wait to get this pick. You got B versus B with a B picking. No, not that kind of B, a BL picking. All right. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Tasha, you first.
Oh, y'all know I hate black on black crime.
That's why it's your bowl.
I mean, I'm really at a crossroads because it's like never in the Steelers' history have they fired a coach. It's always been the coach stepped down and has been able to pick their successor. I think if he loses, it's gonna be amicably agreed. But then I'm also tired of the vitriol that Lamar is getting.
Well deserved.
But the thing is, I really think Lamar is hurt. Yeah. They're not, because he was injured. I think a lot of times you have a lot of players that come back when they don't need to come back. Remember when y'all kept trying to say that about Brock Purdy? I said Brock Purdy may be a little more injured than we believed, and they let him come back when he's ready. Y'all see what my quarterback is doing. Yeah, I don't think they will fire him.
They're gonna fire his ass.
That's what I said. It's gonna be an amicably we agreed, but because I really don't think the Ravens can go far because I think Lamar is injured, I'm going to go with Coach ABOB. Coach, keep a job.
Mike, it took a where was your daughter with the wrap it up?
No, I'm gonna talk. No, y'all gonna let me talk. I'm gonna talk.
She's 10 years old now. Who are you picking, Mike?
I got Baltimore.
Get married in the morning.
Right? You got who, Mike?
I got Baltimore.
I got Baltimore as well. Mike, who is your locks real quick? We need your locks.
All right, I got 2 locks. I got Cincinnati +6 versus Buffalo and Tampa Bay -8.5 versus New Orleans.
Okay, and there you have it. Now, AP Coach said, let's do it together, baby girl. You going to take us up out of here?
No, I
We
got
got shout outs. We got shout outs.
Oh, shout out, Mike. Shout out.
Shout out to my little sister. She's graduating college. I won't be on the show because we'll be at her graduation. She's graduating with a Bachelor in Science with a study in pre-vet.
All right. Congratulations and shouts out to her. Congratulations. Tasha, who you shouting out today?
Wait a minute, let me get it. My very first and biggest shout out. Look at this. Hot off the presses. Martrice texted this photo to me and I just melted. Our babies won their state championship at BGA. This is big Saw Dog right here. And she also, I'm not gonna say anything. She sent me some stuff. I'm not gonna say anything. Even though he did put it on Twitter, I'm gonna let her say, what's going on with that. But baby Saw Dog done got him some extra offers too. And then of course we have Elijah, our other nephew. They won their state championship.
Now, I had a nice sit down with Martrice and Miles on Thanksgiving. It was really great to see them both. He is towering over me like I'm an 8-year-old child, by the way.
Miles is what, 6'6"?
He is towering over me, and I'm every bit of 6'2". He's towering over me. But we have them locked in for a video. They're going to come on and explain kind of what's going on with him. As well. Martrice, remember you told me what Jada Pinkett say in that movie. Now you said you wasn't going to kill me. All right.
My next shout out goes to Victor Snow. And I hope like hell y'all know who Victor Snow is. All I know is the feds is getting ready to be watching that brother. That's the running back for Buffalo that ran out of bounds when he obviously had a touchdown. The fix is in. Y'all better call somebody because that brother's getting ready to go to jail.
He is going to jail because that was, come on, man. Like Rhea wouldn't have ran out of bounds on that play. She would have high stepped right on into the end zone.
And then I have a birthday shout out. One of my closest, dearest friends, Cliff. He lives in Boston. Birthday today, so happy. I mean, it was yesterday. So happy birthday to my boy, Mr. Cliff Aziz. And birthday shout out, which is today. Mi vecino, who is actually like me, Manito. He's like my little brother, Marino. He is the big 2'9". So next year for you. So those are my shout outs for today.
My shout out is to Miles and Martrice and Elijah. Congratulations to BGA for winning their state championship. And she says the two new officers, Swani and Tulsa. Congratulations, godson. So now we're gonna take it out. I can't find her. Where is she? I know she's here somewhere. There we go. We're gonna take us out. Rhea, you wanna get us?
You say go blue?
Go blue.
We out of here. We'll see y'all next
week.
Y'all know that basketball team coming, right? Y'all know we got you on that basketball.
We're coming.
We'll see y'all next week.
We're coming.